After harnessing the power of the Ender Ghost, the mysterious builder with their limitless power chose to create two ships to help aid them in discovering their new dimensions. The first one is a massive storage vessel, aka the MSV. It was designed with powerful energy cannons in case the Ender Ghost somehow breaks free of their power prison, as well as an auto storage system designed to house all the resources from the dimensions the mysterious builder has yet to discover. The second ship was designed specifically to fit the dimensions where they've appeared. The Spherical Research Ship, or SRS, was designed to encase each dimension in a sealed space in case anything goes wrong. It also acts as a place to look upon what each dimension has to offer from a small showcase. This is the story of the first dimension, set to be discovered and explored. Welcome back, everyone. Hope that you enjoyed episode 1 and 2 so far. This is the third episode in the series, but is going to be the first dimension that we're going to create. This is going to be a very long series in which I'm going to be creating 20 different dimensions among all of these end gateways here. And the first up is this one right here. So let's go ahead and jump through this. And this is our area that we're going to be transforming into a new dimension. So right here, all we got to destroy is this little island as well as this island here, and also destroy the bedrock around this end gateway here. So that's going to be what I'm going to do first, and then I'll come back and we'll look at this material list. All right, we got that all done now. As you can see, there are two schematics here. This one is just a beacon generator thing, and this is the actual dimension here that we're going to build. So let's go ahead and pull up this material list here. Called it the Bastree. You'll find out shortly why. And Glowstone is our first item on the list. This is going to be pretty easy to get. We just need to go to our raid farm and get all the Glowstone that we need. Next up is Basalt and Smooth Basalt. These are pretty easy to get. I have a Basalt farm, and I'll just need to be able to get a ton of them, and then half of it smelt using my Super Smelter. We also have blocks of Amethyst. This is going to be a pretty hard one to get, but we do have a Geode farm, which will be nice to be able to get those a bit quicker. We'll also just go around and find any areas that have been loaded for a long time and get Geodes through that. We'll also be getting Amethyst clusters through that, as well as medium Amethyst buds and large Amethyst buds. And then next up is our moss blocks, which we got moss block here, we got moss carpet, and as well as the flowering azaleas. Those are all going to be at my Bonemeal farm, in which I have moss generators that create the Bonemeal, and I'll just grab some allays so that we can pick everything up. We do also have Spore Blossoms as part of that category. However, those are only available at Lush Caves, so we're going to have to go to a Lush Cave to get those. Then we have our vines, and we don't technically need all of the vines here. We probably only need about half because this includes all the growth of the vines, which we only need to place the ones that are actually on the top, but we'll be able to get a decent amount of vines. We're just going to need to build a vine farm. Unfortunately, you cannot bone meal them, so it's just going to be a long AFK process, but that'll be pretty easy to do, all things considered. Then we have our woods here, all the wood blocks here. We have a mangrove tree farm as well as a warped tree farm, so that'll be how we're going to get all those. Next up is honeycomb. Honeycomb is only obtainable through honey, which I do have a honey farm already built. I actually built it in my last video. However, I did end up cutting it out, but I'll go ahead and show it in this video. I do believe we have enough honeycomb block already, but I'll go ahead and head to the farm just to make sure. We also have some quartz blocks here. These will I probably have enough, but if I don't, I'll just have to go ahead and trade with the masonry villager to get those. And 92 water buckets. Well, only need 2 of them because you can just make an infinite water source, but yeah, it seems like all the other ones... Oh, actually, torch flowers and pitcher plants. The only way to get these 2 is through Sniffer, so we're going to have to go ahead and create a Sniffer farm. I actually don't know how to even get Sniffer, so I'm going to have to look that up, but we're going to go ahead and create a Sniffer farm and get those 2. The rest of this stuff is just small items that we can easily craft or find in our chests. So, let's go ahead and head to our first location, which is going to be getting the glowstone, which I'm going to check to see if I have enough already, but if I don't, I'll head to the raid farm and get AFKing on that thing. So unfortunately, we only have a little over 12 stacks in this chest here. However, over at this raid farm, we do have quite a bit stored up. Let's see here. Yeah, we got lots here. Let's go ahead and craft all these into blocks, and we'll see how much we have total. Alright, so got it all crafted up and into these shulker boxes. And how much did we get? Oops, wrong button. Okay, so we're close, but still about 400 or 1,000 short. So we're gonna go ahead and AFK at this raid farm just for a little bit, and we should be able to get plenty of glowstone that we need. So let me go ahead and do this. I don't know if I've ever actually showed this raid farm. This is ENXO4's raid farm. So we got the captain here because he always is the first one to spawn, so he goes into this boat. And here's what we do, right? So we just slice this dude in half, and then come down here, shift under this, and there's an armor stand. It's just unloaded, and I have a mod that allows me to periodically attack, and so I just click that, and boom. This is all it is to it. You'll see in just a moment, the raid will spawn, and you'll see that I kill absolutely everything. There you hear the raiders, and you can see I'm getting XP now as I kill him, and the raid bar goes up and disappears, and then it comes back right now. There we go. And that's all it is to it. So let me just get some glowstone up in this, and I'll see you in just a few. Alright, so went ahead and AFK'd for quite a long time now. So let's go ahead and get out of here, and let's fly away. Gotta fly 100 blocks away so everything despawns. And everything should be despawned now. Let's go back. Oh, kind of looks like some things are still there. Let's try this again. Okay, now that should be good. Yep, now it's clear. So, I'm sure that we had enough, because I definitely AFK'd longer than I needed to. Yep, we got enough, so let's go ahead and craft all this into some blocks here. Alright, went ahead and filled up all these shulker boxes here, and now we have plenty of glowstone. Alright, let's go ahead and head to the nether and get some basalt now. Alright, so this is my little basalt farm here. We just need to fill up 3 of these chests, and we'll be able to get all the basalt that we need, and then we'll head to the super smelter and actually smelt half of it into smooth basalt. Alright, now let's see. Looks like we got plenty of basalt. Let's go ahead and put it in these shulker boxes, and we'll take half of this to our super smelter. Carpet dupers on. And in the basalt goes, as well as these 3 shulker boxes here. And now we wait. Alright, it looks like we have enough. Yep. Okay. We also can go ahead and get some polished basalt, which I actually think I probably have enough in my... Oh, I just wasted my last rocket. That's cool. I probably have enough in my chest over here. Let's see. Yeah, I think we do, because we only need 300. Yeah, so this is enough right there. Next up is going to be blocks of amethyst, so let's go ahead and I'm going to show you guys my geode farm and get started on getting a ton of these blocks. Alright, so this is my geode farm. It's a pretty simple concept. All it really is that it's a bunch of TNT flying machines hooked up to this timer in a sequence, so that this one goes first, then comes to this one, and then onto the top in this one. And they're lined up in a way where it specifically breaks the sides of the blocks, never breaking the actual block itself, instead just breaking off the clusters, and then a minecart picks it all up and puts it in the chest. So as you see right here, the TNT flying machine comes back and hits the signal to the other one, sending it all the way across, and it just goes through and destroys all the clusters. It's pretty cool looking, but there's also some spots that don't get destroyed because there is a bud block in the way. And so as you can see, like right here, this doesn't get destroyed ever, but I can just come in and manually destroy it. Now it looks like there is a bit of an issue right here. Let me go ahead and fix this real quick. All right, looks like we fixed both of these. Just making sure. Yep, all good now. Now, this farm is pretty cool, but it's kind of slow, and so we're not really going to be able to get many of the blocks here, but what I actually need from here is these medium buds right here. Is this a medium bud? No, this is a small bud. I need mediums. This is a medium one. Because if you see over here, the shulker boxes I had placed, I had some in my storage, but not nearly enough. I need more large ones. I actually don't need any more clusters, which is nice, but I need more large and more medium for this. So I'm just going to go ahead and AFK here and get all the clusters that I need. Alright, so we got enough medium amethyst buds now. We just need to get some more large amethyst buds. And in order to do this, I'm going to go ahead and go to some random geodes because this guy over here is just growing real slow. And so I'm going to go find a bunch of random geodes and hopefully they will have some large amethyst buds there. The first stop is going to be the original Infinibore spot, which I never actually showed in the last video when I was collecting all of the armor trims. I skipped past it because it was a long process that unfortunately I had to do multiple times. The Infinibore spot is just right over here. There it is. Let's go through here and I'm going to go ahead and see if we have quite a bit geodes around here. This is the original spot here. This thing doesn't actually work, even though it is completely fully built. It will blow up if I try to run it. So I just never seem to ever run it. Obviously I just have a different one, but this is the original one here. I also destroyed the conveyor belt because I needed to rebuild it. So I just took the resources from that. Let's go ahead and grab these. And I'm going to go ahead and destroy this whole thing as well, because we do need the amethyst shards, or I mean the amethyst blocks itself. So that'll be good. Looks like we, yep, already got 3 in there. So this will be a bit of a process, but I'm just going to go ahead and destroy a bunch of these, and hopefully we can get enough in this one area. If not, I'll have to go to another area, but let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so after about an hour or so, we finally have enough large amethyst buds and medium amethyst buds and clusters and blocks of amethyst. As you can see right here, my material list is checked off for all. Oh, you know what? I'm missing 1 large amethyst bud. That's unfortunate. But everything else we have enough of. So I just got to go find 1 large amethyst bud and then we'll be ready to do the next block, which is going to be our moss, which is going to be at my Bonemeal farm. So I'll get that 1 amethyst bud and then head there. Alright, buddies, let's go head to our moss farm now. Alright, my dudes, let's go ahead and turn this thing on and get to work. Now we're just gonna go ahead and AFK here. And yeah, we're just gonna get a bunch of moss carpets, and a bunch of flowering azaleas. So I'll see you when I'm all done. Alright, so my guys were hard at work, and they got me plenty of moss and moss carpets, as well as flowering azaleas. So we do have enough of all 3 of them. The only thing we don't have is the Spore Blossoms, which I'm going to have to go ahead and head to a Lush cave to be able to get those. So let us go ahead and do that right now. Alright, through this portal right here is a Lush cave that I've had marked for quite a while. Let's jump on through this, and let's go ahead and find some flowering azaleas. Or not flowering azaleas, I mean Spore Blossoms. Is there any even here? It looks like, oh, there's one right there. Let's see, can I reach it? Nope. Can I get it from a vine? Okay, let's just get some blocks. Alright, get this guy. And there we are, 1 down, 86 more to go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Oh, there it is. 2. 1. Got it. We're good. Wait. Yep. 87. Let's go. Oh my! We're out. We're out. Let's go. We're done. Alright, got out of that cave now, and we got ourselves some big drip leaves, some small drip leaves, and enough Spore Blossoms for this build. We also got some vines to go ahead and start our vine farm, so let's go ahead and head to our farming district and make ourselves a vine farm. So beginning to AFK this thing, and I've gone ahead and covered this place up, as well as added this little thing over here with a timer that it will dispense a shear, and once there's one on here, it'll activate the pressure plate, and so it won't send the signal. But as soon as I pick this one up, whenever this shear breaks, I'll pick it up and it'll go off the pressure plate, and I'll pick up another one, and this chest is full of them, so I should be able to AFK for a very long time gonna AFK overnight, and I got a full inventory here of vines, so hopefully we'll get a full inventory in one night, and then we'll have enough vines for this project. Well, I ran into quite a few issues, the biggest being that this hole right here allowed for a pillager to come in and kill me, which is awesome. But also, I realized that I'm an idiot, and every 5 minutes the shears were despawning, and I was wasting them. So I lost all the shears and didn't get that many. Only got 4 stacks here. So we're gonna have to fix this and run it again. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so I went ahead and changed the way this works. So now we have a pressure plate here that dispenses the shear here, and then that goes back into this hopper, which unfortunately it missed it, but it'll come back around and go into the hopper right there, and then it'll go back in. Of course, that dispensed one, which is a little annoying, and it's also not moving, so that is an issue, but hopefully that won't happen too often, and it won't be a big deal. Let me just go ahead and put this one in here so I can pick that up. And yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and AFK this for another couple hours, and hopefully this time I won't die and I won't lose my shears and anything. So let's go ahead and get all the vines that we need, and I'll see you when I'm all done. Well, this farm is pretty slow, but we have, in fact, AFK'd for 2 days now, and we got almost half. And so I'm going to go ahead and say that this is enough. Hopefully it is. We will go ahead and find out when we start building this thing, but let us get out of here and move on from these vines. I'm very done with this. This has taken way too long to get the amount that we need. Hopefully this is enough, like I said, and we'll come back and get more if we need to, but for now, let's go ahead and move on. Dude, I just realized I could have just destroyed all these vines on this mangrove farm. But that is the next thing we need to use anyway, so let's go ahead and use this thing and get all the mangrove wood that we need for all the different types of blocks that we have. So this is how it works. You just hold these propagules right here. We have a barrel full of propagules that dispense out for me, and then a TNT flying machine that comes and blows up as they grow. And that's all it is to it. So let's go ahead and AFK this thing until we got enough mangrove wood for all of the mangrove type blocks that we need. Okay, well, unfortunately a creeper came over here and blew this up, but we should hopefully have gotten enough. I'll have to go ahead and fix this later. Let's check the storage to see if we got enough. Okay, that one's full, and that one's not full, but it might be enough, it might not. We'll go ahead and find out later, but for now, let's say this is enough, and next up is going to be getting this tree farm right here, which I also do need to fix first. So let me gather up some materials and fix this TNT duper here, and then we'll run this thing and get all the warped wood we need. Alright, I think we finally fixed this thing, so let's test it out here. 3 plus T to hold down the right click there. And I think we're good. Let me just back up and see if the... Yep, looks like the TNT dupers are working, and I think we're good. So let's go ahead and run this for a while and get all the warp blocks that we need. Yeah, I think this is plenty for us. Alright, so I went ahead and crafted up all the mangrove blocks that we need, as well as all the warp blocks that we need. So let's go ahead and add it to our collection of blocks here that we have gotten so far. And next up is going to be our honeycomb block. So let us head over to our honeycomb farm that I've built in the last video and also cut out, but I'll go ahead and show you in this video. Alright, and here is our honey farm that we've gone ahead and built before. It's super annoying and obnoxious here, but this is ENXO4's design here, and we can just go ahead and get a ton of honey bottles, as well as using shears to get a ton of honeycomb, which is what I've gone ahead and run for a while already, and we have a bunch in here. So let's turn all of this into honeycomb block, and that'll be all we need from here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have gathered up nearly every single block in all of these shulker boxes here. The only thing that is left is our pitcher plants and our torch flowers. And you will see that these two, we don't need a lot of them. However, I have no way of getting them right now, which means we're going to have to go ahead and make ourselves a pitcher plant / torch flower farm, which is gathered up from sniffers. So the first step that we're going to have to do is go ahead and get ourselves our first sniffer egg to start this farm. So let's go ahead and head to a Trail Ruins area and go and get ourselves a Sniffer egg. Let me just put these back because I don't want to be carrying these around. All right, let's go. Oh, there's no way I got it on the first try here. Let's go. Okay, wow. All right, let's just get one more and then we'll go. All right, and there's our number 2 right here. Oh, okay, I'm dying. Easy peasy, let's go. Let's head back and start building the farm. All right, so I've gone ahead and built this little enclosure here for our sniffers here, and let me go ahead and place these. So sniffers have very simple mechanics. All they do is sniff. All they do is collect sniffer eggs or pitcher plants or torch flower seeds. And so all they do is sniff in ground that is a specific block. Now, it doesn't have to be moss, but I've chosen to do moss because it allows these 2 eggs to hatch the fastest. And this farm is very simple. It's just a minecart rail under here, and it dispenses into this chest. So now all I got to do is wait about 40 minutes for these guys to hatch and fully grow so that they can start sniffing and hopefully get me all the pitcher plants and torch flowers that I need. All right, 1 torch flower down, 61 more to go. 1 pitcher plant down, 44 more to go. All right, there we are. We should have enough torch flowers and pitcher pods now. Let's just make sure. Yep, there we go. Just enough torch flowers. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for these 2 little flowers. And now I can go finally start my new dimension. Let's go. All right, so before we get started with this build, I realized that I need some beacons. So I'm going to go ahead and summon the Wither right here in my end ship. And hopefully this doesn't blow anything up. Hopefully he doesn't destroy our ship. I've tested this in creative, so I think it should be fine. Let's just make sure nothing gets blown up here. Moment of truth here, and okay, I think we're good. Let's go ahead and swing at him, and yep. Oh no! Oh no! There's no way. Oh, crap. All right, let's go ahead and try this again. Should work now. I placed an obsidian block right there. That should stop him from going up. Moment of truth. Okay, thank God. All right, let's kill this guy a lot of times over. Now that we got some beacons, we can go ahead and put some cool beacons in our storage vessel here, as well as building these 2 floating beacon orbs that I have designed in creative. And these beacons are actually going to be in our design for today. So let us go ahead and gather up all these materials here for our build here and get started on this thing. This is the first dimension we have yet to discover. Dimension 1's title, Bastree. Ladies and gentlemen, the creation of Bastree is complete. Look at this place. A whole new dimension in Minecraft. Now, one thing is missing, and that key element is life. So, what we're going to go ahead and do is start getting some life into here. Also, I do want to build a mob switch so I can get rid of these endermen, because I'm trying to talk, because I don't like them. They don't fit in this dimension, so I'm gonna build a mob switch so that I can get rid of them. But this place is pretty cool. We gotta wait till these vines grow as well. I know that I missed some spots, I'm sure. once they grow, it'll look a bit better down here. We need to get villagers in here. We also need to, up on top, we're going to go ahead and put parrots up here. So we're going to be getting those things. One thing I can do real quick, though, is put some fish in this pond. So let me grab this shulker box here that I prepared. And let's get some tropical fish up in here. Put these corals in there as well, just for a little added effect. And this dimension is called Bastree. And if you're wondering why I called it that, it's pretty simple. This whole thing is a big basalt tree. And so basalt tree equals Bastree. That's how I came up with the name. I know it's not the most creative, but I think it's a cool name. It sounds like something that would be another dimension. So I like the name. But anyway, let's get some fish in here. What we're going to go ahead and do is try to kill two birds with one stone here. So we're going to go ahead and move a ton of villagers, or not a ton of villagers, but 2 villagers over into this dimension here. And we're going to build a mob switch in the end, as well as breeding up a ton of villagers so that we can get some villagers in this dimension here and for future dimensions as well. Now, the first thing we're going to need to do is get 2 villagers over here into the end. So let's go ahead and head back to the overworld and see if we can get this done. But let's go ahead and head back to the overworld if I can get through the hole. There we go. Oh, I missed. There we go. And go back into our spaceship here. I will also be adding some decorative stuff in this pod here to correspond with the dimension, but we're going to do that at the end of the video. For now, let's go ahead and head back to the overworld and get ourselves some villagers in the end. Alright, trying to get these guys in here, and somehow this is happening. Let's see if this works. Okay, cool, that worked. I lost my boat though, so let me go through. Okay, let's go ahead and get you off of this area. How about you just walk this way for me, please? Okay, let me just do this. There we go. Let's get this guy out of this area so he doesn't get deleted or something when the next one comes through. Okay, we'll just leave that guy there. Alright, now I gotta go all the way back through and do this all over again with that second guy. Alright, we got the second guy here. Let's get this guy in a boat. Okay, let's get him over the edge now. Oh, crap. That was not what I wanted. Get this guy in the boat. There we go. Okay, let's get it on the corner here. Just like that. Okay, and drop him in. There we go. Alright, now we gotta go ahead and trap him again, just like the other guy. Oh, okay, he's running out. You wanna come right here? Nope, didn't want to do that. Where are you going? Hey. Ah, come on. What is going on here? This dude is literally... Oh. Oh, cool. Oh, crap. I gotta go get my minecart. I have not cleared those out in a while. There we go. Okay. Let's just get this guy next to him. Go that way, please. Hey, where are you going? Come on, man. Alright. Push. Thank you. Break. Okay. We're good. They're off the platform. Okay. Now to figure out a place for these guys. So, we're going to need to have them in a spot that I can access the villagers because, well, I want to be able to obviously transport them to the dimensions, but I also need to transport about 70 of them into an area with a zombie so I can turn them all into zombie villagers and make a mob cap in this end here so that Enderman stops spawning. And honestly, I'm not really sure where I should put these guys. I think what I'm gonna do is maybe put them in here some way because I realize that this one is probably never going to become a dimension. I know I said I would make 20 of them, and technically this is the 20th one. I thought about perhaps just making a very simple dimension that surrounds this farm here, or perhaps changing the farm so that I can better accommodate a dimension, but I'm not sure yet. So I think for now, though, we're going to go ahead and put them in here. Actually, I take that back. I don't want to ruin the vibe of this at all. I think what I'm going to do is actually, I'm just going to build another ship somewhere, a little small ship that I can use to transport these guys. I think it makes sense if I actually build it above this area perhaps or something, maybe if I build it right above here, I can then actually have a minecart drop them into this spot right here, or perhaps just drop them all over, depending on what dimension I'm building. So I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. Let me go ahead and gather up some materials and just build a little spaceship-looking thing here above this, and hopefully it won't look stupid, but we'll get the villagers in there and get them started to breed so we can actually get a mob cap in the end, as well as getting all the other dimensions filled with villagers and other creatures. So let's get started. Alright, so we got this guy's breeding up in here now, so that's good. Close this up, and they should be popping down through here at any moment. I mean, they actually breed. Oh, it looks like, interesting. So that's actually not supposed to happen. And I know exactly why that happened. Give me 1 second. There we go. Now when they wake up, they will be forced to go onto this block, and this baby under here, which you can not really see, this baby under here will also go to there, and he will fall in between and go down below. Now the way I'm doing this is just having a rail system right here that's going to go ahead and drop them down to here, and then this rail system is going to go ahead and head to the dimension, which as I build more dimensions, it'll obviously go further and further away, but for now it's going just right over here. I have no blocks, that's unfortunate. Let's see, I'll go like this and block him in, and then I'll be able to get him to drop through just like that and get him through here and into there. So I'm just going to go ahead and get these guys breeded up and into the dimension there, and I'm also going to spend a long time getting 70 zombified villagers so that I can make a mob switch for the end as well. So I've been waiting for a bit, and we got some dudes in here now. So my plan is to go ahead and build 2 little spaceships on the sides here, and I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is design them in creative, but my plan is that one side will be a ton of zombified villagers just piled up in there, and then the other side is going to be an organized situation in which I could essentially cure them if I wanted to, which I don't really have to, but it's just something that I thought would look cool. If I ever need to turn the mob switch off, I can always just unload the chunk, so there's no problem there. But let's go ahead and get started with this, and I'll see you in just a moment. Alright, so we finally got all these guys in here now. Now all we gotta do is go ahead and get a zombie in here. We can just click this lever and each corner will be able to be zombified one at a time like that. So let's go ahead and get a zombie, and I'll see you when I get it. Alright, we got the zombie here. Now we gotta let him kill all these guys. Sacrifice is worth it though. Okay, I can't get out. Hold on. Okay, lead him over here and then jump right here. Okay, so let me just break all this stuff here, and this is what must be done. It's just inevitable. Alright, so we finally got ourselves a zombified villager mob cap here with these 2 guys here. And so now all we gotta do is get some more villagers over into this dimension here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and it should take too long, so I'll see you when I'm done. Alright, so over in the jungle now because next up is going to be some parrots. So I'm just going to get some parrots over here in the jungle. Already got the villagers in there, so now we just need to fly around here. I think I'm going to go ahead and do is fly over here on top of this point here. And I think I'll go ahead and use my zoom to just kind of look around and try to find parrots. Don't think I can see any right here right now, but I'll go ahead and look around and get them all and get them into the dimension. So see you then. Alright, so I've gone ahead and gathered up a ton of parrots and put them in here now. And now we got life in this dimension. There's just one more thing to do. Our dimension in here is complete, but before we can call this fully done, we need to decorate this pod right here with this dimension. As you can see, I got some parrots here to start out, and we got this shulker box here with a bunch of stuff, and I'm using a plugin that allows armor stands to do a little bit of a more creative stuff than it normally could. So I'm going to go ahead and use that, and I'll show you guys what I mean in just a second. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and decorate this wall right here, and I'll let you know what it looks like in just a moment. And just like that, after a bit of finesse, we have ourselves a cool little display of the dimension that this portal has to offer. And that is it, guys. That's everything we need to do for this dimension. Our dimension is fully complete. I'm pretty proud of myself on this one, and I'm excited to do a lot more of these. And let's go ahead and take one last look at this thing. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Like and subscribe.